nailed it. DeGrasse Tyson says, the multiverse is not just some invention out of the ether, but it flows out of an application of quantum mechanics into Einstein's theory of general relativity. He's just basically saying that according to quantum mechanics, literally everything exists, which is why you remember.
I found a brother and sister talking about the Mandela effect. And look at her brother, how confused he gets hearing about the Mandela effect. It's not about changes. Stop wasting your time looking for changes. They're differences, not changes.
String theory takes you before the Big Bang, before Genesis itself. And what does string theory say? It says that there is a multiverse of universes.
Simply put, that quantum entanglement is the basic foundation of life. And though our different realities vary and some may not exist, the historic outcome remains the same. And that the quantum entanglement must be and is maintained as much as possible, and that there are bound to be hiccups. And that's why we see the variety in the things we, like in logos and things, and how they compare.
Here we go, down the rabbit hole. And the multiverse.
Vader. Everyone quotes Darth Vader saying,
Luke, I'm your father.
He never said Luke. This one gets me. There are a ton more examples of this, and even personal examples that I remember within my own life that I can only compare with like a couple friends, and we all have different memories. A couple friends, and we all have different memories. A couple friends, and we all have different memories. But this is
what the Mandela effect is teaching me. The reason we all have different memories is because we come from different earths that have different histories and have different Bibles. This is why Sandy Diva show, she doesn't understand why everybody answers differently for the same question. But nobody is wrong. We all come from different earths. Yes, everybody is affected with the Mandela effect. No matter what age you have, everybody's affected.
Curious George have a tail? Or does Curious George not have a tail?
He's a monkey. He's got to have a tail.
He does not have a tail.
I don't like this conspiracy theory.
How do you spell Febreze?
I can't spell to begin with, but let's say F-A-B-R-E.
This is how Febreze was spelled for me. F-A-B-R-E-E-Z-E. Febreze with an A and double E.
E-Z-E.
There aren't two E's. It's more pronounced like Fabreze.
Fabreze.
Which picture of the Monopoly Man is correct? Is he wearing a monocle or is he not wearing a monocle?
Well, I want to say that he is, but because I've been wrong for every single one, I'm going to say that he's not.
You're right, he's not. And I remembered him as wearing one. So do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Isn't it when, like, the population is split on a historical event and how they remember it?
Yeah, it's when about half of the people remember a historical event happening one way and the other half remember it another way. Specifically, the Mandela effect is that there were thousands of people who swore that they remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison. But in reality, He survived prison and became the president of South Africa after he got out in 1994. Which one is true? Some people would argue that both happened simultaneously and were the result of multiple parallel universes playing out at the same time. Okay, so let me explain the Mandela effect to you. Nelson Mandela was jailed for his political beliefs. And do you remember him dying in prison?
That's what I learned.
Well, you would actually be wrong, but thousands of other people have the same memories as you, even the speech of his distraught widow after his death.
What?
Officially, he became president in 1994 and survived prison. But some would argue both of us are remembering correctly, and that we're just remembering different parallel universes.
Like different timelines?
Yep.
Does that mean that we're still in different timelines?
I think we fluctuate in and out all the time, but I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, so the Mandela effect is essentially when two massive groups of people believe very different things.
Yes.
And it's called that because this was the first time everyone kind of realized it with Nelson Mandela.
Right, this was the biggest one, but you probably will remember some other ones, like Darth Vader. Everyone quotes Darth Vader saying,
Luke, I am your father.
He never said Luke. This one gets me. There are a ton more examples of this, and even personal examples that I remember within my own life that I can only compare with like a couple friends, and we all have different memories. But this is why people are considering it to be the result of the multiverse breaking off into a bunch of different parallel universes where the differences are small, but significant enough for us to notice. And there are some people who might be responsible for this happening.
Okay, so basically this theory is saying that massive groups of people believe that different things happened in the past.
Yes, or it's saying that the multiverse is real and this is concrete proof. It's saying that the multiverse is real and this is concrete proof. It's saying that the multiverse is real and this is concrete proof.
Okay, I like that better.
Me too, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's real. So, Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about quantum fluctuation. Now, do you know about quantum physics at all?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you guys don't know about it, I'm going to do my best to explain it in the most basic way. Basically, quantum particles are theorized to be able to affect each other from any distance in any point of space and time. And they would be responsible for multiple universes existing at once. So Neil deGrasse Tyson says that quantum fluctuation is responsible for infinite parallel worlds arising from the division of atoms. This is called quantum foam. Basically, all the millions, billions, infinite particles are bubbling and fizzing at the same time, giving birth to multiple universes all at once.
I'd go to a quantum foam party.
And in one of these quantum foam parties, Nelson Mandela died in prison.
Maybe we're actually at a quantum foam party right now. But
We absolutely
we're
are.
also here.
We are everywhere at the same time, always.
So is it basically just what people decide to observe? Because theoretically right now I'm still at home in bed, but I'm just deciding to observe the universe where I'm here on this show. And maybe that's why manifestation is real, because if you just decide to observe whatever you want, then that's what you're doing.
Nailed it. DeGrasse Tyson says, the multiverse is not just some invention out of the ether, but it flows out of an application of quantum mechanics into Einstein's theory of general relativity. He's just basically saying that according to quantum mechanics, literally everything exists, which is why you remember Nelson Mandela dying and I don't, but both of us are right.
Can you bring it back to Earth in terms of like a real world example of how this happens?
I sure can. And that's why these differences are tiny and usually inconsequential. Make sure that the stability of these swaps can hold before experimenting with other bigger differences and bigger parallel timelines.
That makes sense, like a Kit Kat bar and the Bernstein Bears versus like 9/11.
This is the reason I posted this video, is because this lady found a lady on TikTok that says, hey, a building moved. No, that's impossible. That is proof we are traveling to different Earths that have differences.
Right, and like the story of this girl on TikTok where she described a diner that she grew up going to in her hometown all the time. And when she came back to visit, she was in the car with her friends and saw that the diner was on the opposite side of the street than she remembered. But all of her friends and the people in the diner were like, no, it's always been on this side of the street. But the argument is that both of them could be right.
Do you remember like when we were little growing up, I would always see someone and be like, that person looks familiar. I think I know that person. And like you and our whole family would be like, you're crazy. We don't know that person. We're in Arizona. What?
And that's how people describe deja vu. And this theory also explains the synchronicities.
What if I did know all these people?
Maybe you did. Maybe you do live in Arizona. Because somewhere we're on a yacht in Capri drinking mimosas.
Honestly, the best thing and the worst thing would be that if when we die, we don't die, it just continues.
Well, that makes me think of Rick and Morty, the episode where there's a million universes and Morty dies and has to bury himself.
Cartoons always have the answers.
They do. And so does Nelson Mandela. Maybe he's in the bathroom right over there. Someone told me once that his uncle was tripping on acid and looked at a window in his bedroom and closed it with his mind.
Oh, it's like The Matrix, and when he's bending the spoon, and he says, how do you bend the spoon? And he says the key is that there is no spoon. If the spoon is made up of so many particles and tiny particles, and it's really 99% space, then all you have to do is focus on a reality where all of the quantum particles of the spoon make this shape rather than this shape. And so the thing is that we're used to this reality where what we see is what we believe, but really if you and I could really focus that this was shaped as a chalice instead of a travel mug.
Let's try it.
And it would work.
Maybe I need to be more chill about it.
Yeah, I'm closing my eyes so I don't believe what I see.
3, 2, 1.
Nope.
It is impossible to change physical items with your mind. That is a lie. The only thing that you can change with your mind is your destiny.
Okay, so what do you think? What do you guys think? Did I convince you? Does the multiverse exist? Did Nelson Mandela help us crack the code?
What reality are you in? Is the Mandela effect real in your reality? Do you believe Lucy? Is Lucy real? I'm out of this though. I'm just gonna stay in my multiverse and nothing really matters. That's what I've learned from this.
You heard it here first. Nothing matters.
I just want to say muchas gracias, muchas thank yous for your support and your kind words. To all the people that posted comments on this channel, Mary, Fractal Reality, Tripod, I Am Your Father, and High Orion Earth at 9/11. Also to all my haters too. Welcome to my Sagittarius Armed Society Club. And all the 150 people that watches my videos, I really appreciate it. And the 600 subs that this channel has. Thank you.